Okay, so thanks everyone for joining. Welcome to this webinar. I've got a product demo with Amit and Mark from ECLAT Engineering. We'll talk about their two products, RemoteXs and MyLOFT. So just a couple of housekeeping rules. None of you can speak, but if you have any questions, please put them in the chat or in the Q&A so they can get answered. And I also wanted to start off by showing you briefly some information about these products on the EIFL website. And this is also where we will put the recording of the webinar, so you can have a look at it later and take your time to review it. So if you visit the EIFL website, eifl.net, and you click on what we do, you'll scroll down to technology products. And this is where you find a link to both MyLOFT and RemoteXs. So each of those has a separate page where you find some brief information, key features, and then here's some further information like presentation and a guide. If you're the licensing coordinator, you can then also link to pricing information, which is you need to log in for that. And the same as for MyLOFT. We'll have already put some product information, a link to a demo, but I'll put the link to the recording on these pages as well. So on the what we do, EIFL licensed technology products, you'll find that information. That's everything from me. I'll hand over to Amit and Mark, who will do their demos. Thank you.
Thank you, Romy. Thank you. Thank you so much. And welcome all of you in this webinar right now today. I'm Amit, AVP Sales. I'm here with my Vice President Business Development, Mark Ritchie. He's joining from Vancouver, Canada. And today we are going to demonstrate, we are going to talk on a little bit on what ECLAT engineering mission and vision, and then we will quickly talk on RemoteXs solution, which you are very familiar with, and our recent launching, that is MyLOFT. So basically, ECLAT Engineering is a software company. Our headquarters is in Ahmedabad, India, and we are providing services to premium services to library for content access, storage, retrieval, and target-based delivery since our inception in 2013 and onward. So our genesis was in one of very premium B school, and we have found our foundation was from the library only. So our complete belief is also to serve the library in premium direction, so that it should be a user focused. So we have came across with our first solution that is RemoteXs in 2013, and right now through RemoteXs we are serving more than 1,200 institutions and in more than 34 countries across the globe. So right now we are serving towards renowned institutions from General Electric to NTU Singapore to many countries in EIFL, and that is how we are serving. And right now we are providing accessibility of content from anywhere, anytime to the users. So that is how we are delivering the content at doorstep. And right now I want to quickly take you through what exactly RemoteXs is, so that I can hand over to Mark, so that he can briefly discuss on MyLOFT also. So RemoteXs, basically it is a SaaS offering and a cloud hosting solution. So the institutions, few institutions like today, we have Aminat ma'am also over here. So she is currently using also. So most of the institutions, those who have opted RemoteXs, so it's a SaaS offering for them. So there is a cloud hosted solution. It is a cloud hosted solution hosted on AWS, and institutions, there is a institutions portal also. We are designing like this one is a egateway.vit.ac.in. So for VIT, we have designed this particular portal, and in similar manner, this is for General Electric entire globe. So anyone from General Electric, if they want to consume the content, then they have to come via RemoteXs of G. So that is how And there is a different portal from PGI Chandigarh where we have integrated their discovery solutions, and user can mail ad and they can start consuming the content, and they may also get some announcements from the libraries and all. But basically how the user interface I want to quickly demonstrate before you. So user need to log in first, and once user will log in, then they will land on their home tab. Right now I have admin right of this. So if I'm going to click on home tab, then our user will land on home tab of our library. They will quickly get access, means list of A to G databases subscribed by a consortium or subscribed by institution. So that is the biggest benefit of remote access, where user may get the content at one single common platform via single gateway. They may start accessing the content. So in similar manner, we can also put some tutorials for the user. There is a tutorial tab. There is a feedback tab, so where we can get, if user need to put some article request or database purchase suggestion, so easily they can do. And there is an announcement segment. Because every user is logging through their ID and password, means basically it's a single sign-on. So one-time login, and user may access all the databases available via remote access. And there is one feature which is my favorite segment, where user may, if user are interacting with some database frequently, so they may do star marking, and that database next time will be available for the user in their my favorite segment. So this is how the user will interact with the portal, and this is how remote access is delivering the content with user. Now I'm going to take you through the dashboard, which is really, really powerful. And because through a remote access dashboard, librarian or admin can create the user or upload the user from the backend. And how to, it's very simple step to create a user. There is a remote access user tab. And by this way, the institution or the admin can add user on remote access platform in bulk also, or in one by one. So bulk import is also pretty much simple. Create one Excel file format and upload it on remote access platform. So creation of the user is easy, pretty much easy. We can set a user expiration date. So post expiration date, we need not to worry, means automatically the user will get blocked. And there is also some setting, like we can restrict user for bulk download of data. So daily download data limit admin can impose on per user level or some group level. So this is all about the access control. So control will be in the hand of admin all the time. In similar manner, there is a user group and resource group, by which if institution want to restrict on access control for some databases to some user group, so easily we can do that. And most of the time we have already interacted in our demonstration, so this is pretty much easy. But there is a content tab, where by which all the announcement to tutorial uploadation to ebook uploadation or databases uploadation will be pretty much easy on remote access platform from backend. So if you are subscribing to any new database, so it's simple, click on add new database, and from backend you can easily upload the database, so that your user will start accessing the content directly from front end. So this is very, very easy, very simple, and no need to have a lot of technological knowledge to handle the portal, because all content management and user management in the hand of admin in few clicks only. And there is a dashboard, one powerful dashboard, because as we are discussing, so if user or admin need to generate report of usage stats, so they can easily do that. And there is a parameter for setting up, like by default it's for 30 days. So day wise usage stats, user category wise usage stats, resource wise and user wise usage stats admin can get from remote access platform. So let me just set the parameter by all location, and let me get it, the report. Okay, there is some sort of network issue at my end, but because of that, it's, let me check it again. Else I will. And in similar manner, there is a IP address logs also. So the user who is logging from which location, very easily our admin can get it from remote access admin panel. So all those things is available on via a remote access platform. A remote access admin dashboard is very, very powerful, and the user can interact with one login, and they can access all the content what institutions are getting from different, whether from consortium or from institution is subscribing something. So this is a simple. Now I want to take you to our newly launched solution, and which my Vice President Business Development, Mark Ritchie, will elaborate. So Mark, it's up to you. Please discuss, please give your idea on MyLOFT, please.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Amit. All right, I'm just gonna share my screen here. And all right, good morning from Vancouver. Hope everybody's doing good. As mentioned, my name is Mark Ritchie, VP of Business Development at ECLAT, focusing on MyLOFT. And today I really want to just take a moment and talk about obviously the main differences between RemoteXs and MyLOFT, coming from the same company. But what's really important to note is that starting at the statement, it's not what libraries hold, but who libraries serve. This was actually taken from a white paper from Ohio Link in the US. And what we're talking about is that MyLOFT is a personalized solution. It's a product that's built around the user's workflow and their day-to-day functions. Whereas you might look at RemoteXs more as something that's built around the library as a whole. We look at the statement, it's not what libraries hold, but who libraries serve. It's an opportunity for us to kind of reflect, because you actually see that with this COVID situation and with remote access, obviously things have been shifting for quite some time from what we would say in outside-in model to an inside-out model, where we as institutions, we would be reaching out to our users. So we want to really focus on the users. MyLOFT, My Library, and Fingertips, really what we're trying to do is we provide a complete ecosystem of an app, a web app, and a browser extension, making it easy for your institution and for your users to discover, access, organize, and share their personal and professional content. Now, I'm just going to kind of bundle this up for you just so that it makes sense of what's included with the MyLOFT solution. So first off, it's a unified ecosystem of app, web app, and browser extension. So it comes as a complete suite. Inside of that is a transparent proxy. And with that portal, allows you to consolidate your EResources to a single point of access for your patrons. It also allows you to provide a highly personalized and digital library experience for your patrons. On the back end things, it allows you to have a secure platform to manage users, to manage resource groups, as well as to facilitate access to the right EResources to the right patrons. And last but not least, of course, analytics, extremely important to help you to make informed business decisions, allowing you to recognize your return on investment on those collections. So we really focus on a few things: discover, access, organize, save, read offline, and being able to share content. I want to take you through a user journey just to kind of help you understand what some of the typical pain points that a patron today would experience. And this is from Kevin. He's actually a student from the Philippines, from the University of the East. I had a chance to connect with him and have a conversation about how he likes to access content. And Kevin had actually told me that he likes to access content on his mobile phone because it's easy, efficient for him to access. But ultimately, when it comes to consuming that content, he likes to do it on his PC because of the real estate or the size of his mobile device. So his typical workflow would be go onto the mobile phone. He would search via the discovery tools or perhaps to Google. He would authenticate himself, access that content. When he finds the content that he wants, he would email that content to himself. From there, he would go onto his email. He would either download that content and organize that content on his PC, or he would take that content and organize it within his email into different folders or into different collections. Now, going through Kevin's journey and his workflow, it actually became quite tedious for him, quite time consuming. He had limited access, and then also was obviously very inefficient given the time that he was spending when it came to accessing and organizing that content. So what we're trying to do at MyLOFT is we focus on 4 things. So the discovery of content, which we integrate your current discovery solutions, or we can also offer a Google discovery. The accessing, so inside of the platform is what we call a transparent proxy. So they can actually consolidate those EResources and make it a seamless experience for the patrons to access that content. They can organize it and they can share it. Again, going into their personal workflows. So if they wanted to share content or share links to the content through, say, WhatsApp or Messenger, into the tools that they're using on a day-to-day basis, we actually help to facilitate that. And of course, the users who would receive links, yes, they have to have authorized access to the content. So the improved journey looks something like this, where you would have an authorized user, which is a one-time login. They would have the search via the integrated discovery service or through Google, access that content, tag, organize, share that content within the MyLOFT app. And then of course, they'd also be able to sync. So sync between online and offline, as well as be able to sync between platforms. So if they're using on a mobile device or they're using on a PC, everything will get synced up. So seamless access, so anywhere, anytime access through an inbuilt proxy. It's a unified access, complete ecosystem. So you have a mobile app, web app, and a browser extension. Now I want to address the mobile app because I think this is something that's really important. A lot of institutions that we're working with today are actually in a position where they're looking for ways to put that content into the hands of the users. And to be able to do that through a mobile app, something like MyLOFT can actually help to facilitate that. The web app, it replicates exactly everything that the mobile app does, but it's really intended for, it could be an on-site or an off-site, a true anywhere, anytime experience. And that browser extension actually keeps the users connected to your library at all times, which I believe is an extremely valuable solution for the institution. It's a one-time login. We have an inbuilt authentication, so that's through a username and password. We also provide a Google OAuth integration as well for Google institutions. You have a secure access, so it's always an authorized users. It's access controlled user groups and also access controlled resource groups. So you can ensure that only authorized users will get access to that specific content that you would like them to have access to. Now, I want to talk about discovery for a moment and kind of adapting to the user's workflow. Now, on the right-hand side of this slide, you actually see there's a graph here. This is also from the Ohio Link white paper, but you'd actually see more than 50% of the library discovery is taking place through Google. There's about 30% that's taking place through direct, and the remainder is taking place through kind of your traditional discovery tools. Now, what that tells me is that every user has a different preference or users are unique. They might want to access content through Google. They might want to access content through a traditional discovery tool like EBSCO Discovery, Summons, for example, Primo. They can do that, or they might just want to go to the publisher's website or to their platform. And the nice thing about MyLOFT is that it adapts to that user's workflow. So it actually becomes a user-controlled experience when they want to access and they want to discover content. And it's really important not to try to set the exact ways for users to interact with content, but to give them options and flexibility to what's easy, what's comfortable for them. Further to this, we have the browser extension. And what's the purpose of that browser extension is to always keep them connected into the library. And what I like about this is, if you go into Google and you were to type in this example, biomedical, you would see that ACS comes up as a result. And you would notice that there's a MyLOFT logo sitting there. So that would actually be a domain that's authorized. It's recognized as a subscription from your institution. The user would click on that. They would have full access into that content. Now, take that one step back and into your day-to-day personal life. Now, if I'm just a regular user and I'm just on Google, I have my browser extension installed. And say, for example, I'm on Google, I type cryptocurrency, or maybe I'm searching for business ethics in a specific country, and a link comes up to Emerald or to Wiley, different database that our institution is subscribed to. Again, in my day-to-day searching of information or interaction with Google, I could actually discover resources and pieces of content that my institution was subscribed to. And last but not least, again, being flexible to that workflow. So if I want to just go straight into, say, JSTOR, jstore.com, I could just click or type in that domain and have direct access to that platform if my institution was subscribed. Again, because of that browser extension, it always keeps the user connected into your library, not requiring them to log in every single time. Kind of last but not least is the measurable results. And of course, with any piece of technology and platforms, we would have your standard reports, of course, total sessions, number of downloads, pieces of content that was consumed. But what I believe is really important when it comes to technology is to also have the insights and the capabilities to understand exactly how are people accessing and on what kind of devices. So if you were to look at, if it was PC versus mobile access, or if it was based on platform, Android versus iOS, that can also be very insightful when it comes to selecting pieces of content or pieces of technology for your institution, understanding what technology you need to be able to support. Last but not least is user retention reports is also extremely critical when it comes to the solutions that you provide access to. So we provide user retention reports now. So if you have user groups set up, you can actually see when users kind of fall off or what their engagement is with the platform. And there's also messaging and communication tools built into MyLOFT so that you can actually re-engage and to reach out to those users, have a conversation, and get their engagement back onto your platform. Just talking about SaaS just for one moment here before we kind of wrap things up. Software as a service. So extremely important that we look at this because, MyLOFT being a suite of services. So again, that app, web app, and a browser extension, lots of our customers, they've been talking, they're talking about building their own apps. Ultimately, that becomes a project. It takes a lot of time, a lot of resources, technology, know-how. Of course, there's going to be hosting fees, and there's also going to be a lot of staffing requirements to keep that technology up to speed. Now, one of the things that's great about a SaaS offering is that it becomes a product. It's a lower upfront cost for the institutions. It's a faster rollout, faster implementation. And the nice thing is, from some of the customers that we've been engaging with, especially under the EIFL countries, is that there's a struggle and a challenge with having the infrastructure. So even an institution who might not have a website or who might not be providing remote access, might not be providing an app for, for their content or for their users, MyLOFT can actually be that infrastructure. That SaaS solution that MyLOFT offers can be that infrastructure for your institution. It can be the app, it can be the portal to access all the library subscribed EResources. So again, kind of just breaking down again what we're doing. We help libraries discover, patrons discover, access, organize, and share. There's a quick adoption to technology. We help you to adapt to the user's workflow. It's easy for you as an institution to scale, and also easy for your institution to show measurable results. Couple success stories that we've had. I know we've had a number of institutions already from Kenya and Uganda launch onto MyLOFT. We've also launched around 700 institutions throughout India on MyLOFT recently, and most importantly, here's the British Council, which is more of a public library setup. So MyLOFT is suited for everything from medical to universities to also public libraries. So we can serve any kind of institution. We're adaptable, and also we very much focus on the privacy and security. With the British Council, one of the big things we worked on was kind of the GDPR compliance, which I believe is extremely critical of importance. Also allows you to help to build that trust when it comes to technology and also to the user privacy as well. So a number of the reasons why these institutions have onboarded with MyLOFT is, again, going back to that SaaS offering, not having the burden of having to build projects, to build their own technology. Something like MyLOFT is really allowing them to scale. So British Council, just in the last 2 months, has been able to already launch 30 countries. And I think that that's a pretty major statement when it comes to what you're able to achieve and what you're able to scale up to when it comes to a SaaS offering. I'm going to let Amit, he's going to walk you through the MyLOFT product and also through the admin portal. And if you have any questions, we'd be more than happy to engage with you. My information is here, mk@eclateng.com. And again, thank you so much for your time. Amit's gonna go ahead and share the product demo on MyLOFT.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much for taking us with a wonderful journey from remote access to MyLOFT and how we became from library focused to user focused. And obviously right now, most of the libraries are realizing this, means global libraries we are interacting with during these webinars. So yes, right now libraries are more looking for to be a user focused, you rightly mentioned. So now it's my turn, means I'm going to demonstrate live, and it will be the mobile app first. I will take this opportunity to demonstrate, then web app, and then browser extension. And at last, I will take this opportunity to demonstrate admin panel of MyLOFT. So I'm just going to share my screen, and this is remote access. Let me share my phone screen view so that I can demonstrate with my phone screen. And I hope it's visible to us. No, exactly fine. So MyLOFT is a mobile app, web app, and browser extension, which is complete ecosystem. So the mobile app will be working like this. So here I am using my library on fingertips via AKTU. So there will be institutional branding over here. So I can start consuming my content via AKTU. So from here, as you have already mentioned, Mark, the first part, user want to discover the content. And discovery of the content will be via, if institution is subscribing to any discovery, so we may integrate the discovery on a discovery, this search bar. So here, as of now, because this institution haven't opted any discovery solution, so right now we are providing them integrated Google search, Google result. But Google result, as we have already gone through with the Ohio Link white paper, which was published in Jan 2020. And in that, most of the users, our users are coming via Google only. So that is why it is really, really important. So if I am going to search in afternoon only, I have searched because in cryptocurrency, and in cryptocurrency, there is a Bitcoin article from Emerald. So I'm going to search on Google itself, and it's a, I'm using one, it's Emerald, so it's fine. So I want one article from Emerald via Google itself. I'm just search it down on Google, and this is the results. So whatever the results I'm getting over here, these all are from means Google result. But you can see over here, because of one function which Mark you have already elaborated, and because of that, whatever the result is coming via Google on Google, we are getting this MyLOFT logo. If the article, the publisher is subscribed by the institution, that is how our user may know, okay, I'm going to get, my institution is subscribing this particular publisher. So emerald.com, user have searched Bitcoin article from Emerald, and this is the first article which I'm getting, that is Bitcoin money laundering mixed result and an exploratory way. So by this way, our user may interact with the article directly. He may download or she may download from here in PDF format, or there is abstract and complete article. So if MyLOFT is also providing one particular feature by which our user may download this article in the library directly from in HTML format, and there is a button for this. So I may download this article, it will get synced in my personal library, and I may use this article whenever I want. If I don't have, our user don't have internet connectivity, then also they can read it offline. So this is the beauty of MyLOFT. If I'm saying, then here I can get Bitcoin money laundering mixed result, and this article have got saved. So this is the collection where I have saved a lot of articles throughout the year, and I can go and I can read these articles anytime, anywhere. So because this is the my library. Now, so there is a accessibility. First, before accessibility, there was a discovery. So discover, and then I access the content, and I access the content from my library. Then I save the content, and I may organize. So complete life cycle of users' content consumption, MyLOFT is going to cover, going to touch upon. So that is how it is touching. Now there is a library recommendations or library recommended links. So this is the area where library try to promote something to the users. So users will get, okay, these all are the links which is promoted by library. And there is a down there is a my bookmark segment where the user, for example, if I'm interested in some personal blogs or in some personal website where I'm visiting frequently, I may mark bookmark to those websites over here. And for our user, it will be very, very easy to mark their bookmarks, and they can read directly by just clicking on that bookmark. And then recently saved article segment. But the important part is what premium e-resources subscribed by institution, that comes when we will click on e-resources tab. So that is the second tab, and by this way, our user may directly interact with the content or the title which is subscribed by institution. So there is a, on the top, there is a this bugger icon, and in this icon we can also select databases. So these all are the databases which is subscribed by AKTU. And there are similarly, we can also go through with the journal and we can read the journal from here. So, which is simple. For example, I have interest in music and I want to go with 19th century music. Easily, it's easy. Click and access the content directly from JSTOR. So I'm getting the JSTOR from AKTU directly, and I can consume the content provided by JSTOR, Springer, Science Direct, and all. So these all are the journals which is available. There is a filter mechanism also, but MyLOFT is not just restricted to accessibility. And as we have discussed, the organize the content is also one very prime feature of MyLOFT. And for organize the content, there is a collection tab. And in collection tab, for example, our user or our professor are working on more than one projects. So professionally, they are working on, like, again, cryptocurrency or artificial intelligence or some sort of some social science article. But personally, they are more interested in swimming or the article which is related with cooking. So MyLOFT is allowing them to save their professional as well as personal content on one app. And by this way, they may create their personal folders. And in the personal folders, whatever the article, the way I have saved, they can save the article and throw it into the folder directly. And they can tag it. They may do tagging also. So all those things, it will be available. So organize the article, plus there is up to the article level also, we are providing some facility. For example, if any user want to read complete article first time, but next time if the same user is coming, they want to quickly zip through the article, then for that, we do have one feature by which we can, or our user can make highlights. So how to make highlight? There is a pen icon at the top. If I'm going to click, then for our user, whatever they are reading or whatever the important part of the article, they may do highlight. And these articles, they may read offline also. And they may also do the sharing. So sharing tab is there at top. There is a sharing tab. So by this way, they may share it with their friends. And there is a 3 dot. And if by this 3 dot, they can see whatever the highlighted text. So whatever the important points I have made highlight, so I can quickly go through with those highlighted part. And in similar way, there is one very, very important feature which if user don't want to read, then they may listen whatever the article they are saving, irrespective of the platform. If they are saving from Springer, if they are saving from Elsevier, or from any publisher content, whatever they are saving, they may listen those content directly via MyLOFT.
Results. An explorative study on money laundering of cybercrime proceeds using Bitcoin.
So this is the way for our user. That is how they may interact with MyLOFT mobile app. There is one very, very important feature, which is selective dissemination of information. If you click on bell icon, if our user want to, what library want to do some pop-up notification to one user, to all users, for example, EIFL have subscribed to any new resource and you want to give it to all alert to your user. So by very simple way from backend, you may do alert. And alert will be coming like EIFL is organizing some webinar and you want all of your user will attend that webinar. So like one webinar on read, write, drop, promote, and this institution have already made such kind of announcement. So the announcement, this is a pop-up notification, which we can consider selective dissemination of information. So by this way, the mobile app is working. Now, because MyLOFT have in ecosystem, there is a web app and there is a browser extension. So I'm going to demonstrate you the web app also. So web app is like to open the web app. So it's a app.myloft.xyz. If I'm going to open, so whatever the content, whatever my library, which I have already saved the article, all will get synchronized over here. So synchronization is seamless. So over a phone, I have saved this article. So on desktop, I can read this article directly. So Bitcoin article, I have saved on phone, and the same article I'm getting on my desktop. So, and the highlight part, I can listen on the desktop, share, print, and there are various features I can do more highlighting. For example, over a desktop, I want, I should highlight this part also. I may do highlight. So these all are the simple but very powerful features of MyLOFT, which is not just level of accessibility, but saving of the content, and saving of the content. Then more up to the content level, there are a lot of features which user may do. And then there is a EResources tab. So again, web app is moreover simple as mobile app. So almost all the feature is here. So in databases, our user may get all the databases, A to G databases, list of institution, which is subscribed by institution, then journal listing is there, and then similarly the ebook listing, and they can start accessibility of this content from here. SDI, for SDI, there is a bell icon. So similarly, our user may come and they can see the alerts, shared article and all. So these all are the important aspect. Now I'm quickly taking you through the searching, how to discover if we do have MyLOFT. So MyLOFT allows our user to do searching. If our user will search directly on Google, like Bitcoin article published in Springer. So in simple way, again, I haven't opened anything, but because this article is subscribed by by the institution, this database is subscribed by the institution. So that is how we are getting MyLOFT logo over here. And this is because of this MyLOFT browser extension. So browser extension is really, really powerful, as Mark have already discussed. So I may click the data, means this on this article, and I may consume this article directly from AKTU. And I can save this article by just clicking on browser extension. So browser extension is for saving of the article, as for accessibility directly via institution, and browser extension is also meant for if the article is, if we are doing Google search and if the database is subscribed by institution, then because of this browser extension, we are getting logo in the search results. So these all are the important aspect of MyLOFT. I'm quickly taking you through admin part of MyLOFT. So we have already discussed mobile app, browser, web app, browser extension, and then the admin part of MyLOFT. So admin.myloft.xyz. So one very important thing you might notice over here, if we want to access content via remote access platform, so user need to log in again and again. But in MyLOFT, nothing like that. One time login and multiple time access. I didn't made any login for accessibility also. So that is how up to the user level. But for admin level, yes, we need to do. So right now I'm going to show you, there is one institution that is AKTU, and from means at admin side, I can show you means how many current active users are there, 13, top saved article, publisher, and top user category, and then institution report is there. So report is also very, very refined over here. So user category wise report, like here, which user category is using how much in last 30 days, then publisher wise, which publisher got utilized extensively at AKTU, and then user wise download, and then daily download means report from this particular institution. So on this particular day, 24th of August, the report is really peak. So, and data usage report is also there. So this is the way you have got how many PDFs I've downloaded, but in terms of data usage, how data have consumed. So like 1.2 GB from one particular group. And in similar manner, if we go to resource-wise uses, then 3 GB in last 30 days was from iPublish Central, that is McGraw-Hill book. So, and IEEE.org in this particular university. So this is all about data and data analytics. So usage analytics is like this. In similar manner, it's like with remote access, it is also very, very easy to add the content. But in remote access, you need to add the content with a lot of, you need to remember the URLs and all. But here, it's already, there is a master database. And from master database, any new thing your institution is going to subscribe. So for us, click on add new, click on like academic journals or whatever database your institution have subscribed, click and save, and it will got published for your user to get accessibility. So it's very, very simple with with MyLOFT. There is a user segment also. So by this way, you may add user, and which is also very simple. Like if you have a lot of user list, you may do bulk import, or if you want to add one by one, so you may do a user uploadation one by one. So right now till the time, as Mark have already discussed, that more than 226,000 of users have already been uploaded for this particular institution. So, and in similar manner, if admin or librarian or admin of the institution want to do some announcement, and the announcement will be related with like one user or to multiple group of user or to every user. So you can do announcement, which is also very, very simple via MyLOFT. And it's that is what I'm usually calling announcement, as well as SDI we can do. So recipient type, we may go with all, or we may go with user category or user specific announcement we can do. So this is all about MyLOFT admin side. There is a form submission feature is also there. If our user try to get some piece of information, and if they are unable to get the information, they may directly come across, they may do article request, purchase suggestion directly with admin. They may interact with admin. Now, one very, very important aspect of user side, that is a means I'm going to talk about support system. So support system is really, really easy. We are providing live, means this chat based support system also, or user may come and they can interact via phone, mobile app, or on web app. So if their user is going to face or they are facing any challenge, but I think it's simple, it's very smooth. So for user, it's means they need not to come to discuss again, means for support and all. But yes, we do have support system also for MyLOFT. So this is all about, we have already discussed with on from mobile app to web app to browser extension and admin portal. So if I'm ready to take any question, me and Mark, we can answer over here. Now, Mark, it's up to you.
Great, thank you, Amit. Yeah, I think one of the great things that I hope you've been able to see today is how easy it is not only for the users to adopt the platform into their day-to-day workflows, but also easy for the institutions to manage. If you look at some of the the traditional proxy solutions, especially like with RemoteXs, it is a little bit more cumbersome on the technical side and technical knowledge that needs to take place. Whereas MyLOFT is something that even somebody with the most limited experience could launch and set up that library. Easy to maintain, easy to manage. That being said, kind of just a quick reminder that there is a built-in transparent proxy inside of the solution. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. And if there's anything that any questions that we could answer, we'd be more than thrilled to do so.
Thanks, Mark and Amit. That was great. I've had a look at the Q&A. Currently, there's no questions. We've still got a couple of minutes, so if anyone's got any questions, please pop them in the chat box, or you're welcome to contact me later. I'll put my email on there and I'll forward to Mark and Amit. I think there's quite a lot of information there. That's I quite like going back and listening to things again. So like I said, the webinar was recorded, so I'll email everyone the link to the recording probably tomorrow by the time we've uploaded it, so you can watch it again and pause if you need. And if there's any other questions, get in touch. Okay, anything else you guys want to add just now? If not, I would say we probably wrap it up if there's no other questions.
Yep, I want to add one thing, because as Mark have discussed, if any institution right now, if they want to opt to MyLOFT, then it will take only 7 days to provide them means to give them full-fledged system, 7 working days only. And they may start providing their accessibility of their library to their user within 7 days. So this is the beauty of SaaS offering. And this is the way we can help out to all the librarians or all the admin of different EIFL institutions.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, and I see you put your email addresses there as well, so people can get in touch.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you so much, both of you.
Absolutely.
Mark,
Thank
get
you.
some sleep now.
Thank you, Rami.
Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, Mark. And
Thank you.
thank you so much